So we're just popping off shakes. It's getting warm out here finally. So just basically dealing with the frustration of the last few days. I'm tired. Anyway, I'm just using a 4-pound rawhide mallet. So, and then this is a Froe. And this is what we're using to split the shakes off with. So I'm setting my shake its width at about ½ an inch. Now the thing about a Froe is that it's not really sharp. It's not sharp like an axe. The idea is to break the wood off with the grain kind of thing, not actually cut through the fibers. Help it. So the first couple of smacks, I'm just setting the Froe in. And rotate it. And the whole idea is to lever them off. There it goes, pop. And that's what we've got. Alright. So right now I'm just popping these all off. I'm doing it while the wood is green. And then I'm going to set them aside to dry for the season. And we'll be cutting them and changing them and using them for, we're going to be using these as siding. Mostly decorative, of course, up around the peaks of the house. Now, if I was actually doing these as shingles, I'd probably, at this point, I would flip the log over, or the chunk over. And that way I would keep my taper thick at one end, thin at the other, because that's the way the wood will split. But for doing siding, I'm not that worried. I'm never going to use these for roofing shingles. But right now it's important to get these things done before the wood gets dry and too hard to do this with. I mean, I can do it when it's dry, but boy is it tough. So now, of course, I prefer to use wood that's, I gotta lose this one. Oh no, I guess we'll get one out of that. No, maybe not. Now what might be is there may be a knot in there or something. I don't think so, I can't see one. I wanted to use the lower part of the tree because there weren't really all that many branches and that sticking out of it. So, I can see the bulge here. Oh, I wonder. I guess we'll find out. We'll flip it back over. Now this cedar, which came down, this was part of that bad windstorm that we had a couple of years ago. And the tree split, part of it hit the house. Didn't do a lot of damage, thank God. Did knock us out of power for a while. But the other half of the tree was not doing well, so rather than wait for it to fall down, we decided we're going to take it down. There we go. I don't know what caused that, but some of this will be just kindling. Of course, I'd knocked off about 10 of these without a single problem before I turned the camera on. And I turned the camera on, and of course the first two I do kind of get buggered up. Anyway, it's a good way to take out the frustration. And yeah, this is my old dishing hammer. I do everything hot now, so when I'm doing metal work, I don't want to worry about it. Hey babe, what's up?
Just watching.
Okay.
Procrastinating, actually.
What are you procrastinating on?
What I'm supposed to be doing.
Uh-huh. So you thought you'd come over and watch me doing a video, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I see what's going on here. It's where one of those folds, where the bark is folded back, is giving me a little bit of grief here. So, there it goes. Yeah. nice. Something I'm going to do. So what you can see, I don't know if you can see it there on the camera, there's a bit of where the bark of the tree is folded in on itself, and this bark is actually trapped inside of the grain of the wood. That's causing me a little bit of grief when I'm splitting it. It's actually a fast enough process once you get going at it. You don't want to use a metal hammer on this, on the Froe, because the Froe is not tempered really. It's just, I mean, it's hard, but it's not like an axe head. Again, that's it. The thing is, you can do kindling this way and all sorts of stuff, but like I said, I hate the vinyl siding that's on the house. I'm not going to get rid of all of it, of course, but where I can improve upon it, I will. Goes in. So this tree had split all the way down to his base. So really it was only a matter of time. The arborist who came in and dealt with it for us basically said that, yeah, we were just on borrowed time. So certainly changed the light in the back here, so around the pell yard, the bone yard. Oop, this one's going to be good. Can you hear it? Probably owe Moira a new handle for this after I get done. Ooh, this one's going to be tough. So, back him off a little. Get him back up high enough where I can give him another smack. Path of least resistance, as they say. He's being a little bit stubborn. See what I can do here. Whoops. Lever. Get a little more leverage on him. Well, I hear you cracking. Sometimes it can be a struggle. Toad now, I think. See you cracking. I can see you cracking, lad. There it goes. Sometimes it can be a bit of a fight. Certainly a workout. There we go. That one was almost picture perfect. So some people were wondering why I didn't save any of these for tabletops. A, because there is a big crack all the way right through the middle of it. And there's only a couple of pieces that are healthy enough, I think, that might. And I've set one of those aside. So if somebody wants it, and I don't need it for shakes, then yeah, I'll probably let it go. Miserable too. Do this up higher. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, I can see where the grain is actually taking this here. It's trying to snake me downwards. Pinched my leg. Cheeky little piece. There it goes. So this is about an eighth of one of these rounds. And I'm splitting up here. So it's going to take probably, I don't know, takes almost roughly 30 minutes maybe. I don't know, I guess we'll see if I can get this piece done. So each one of these is probably a couple hours work. Get it chopped up. And then it has to dry, like I said, and then next spring we'll end up doing, or if they're dry enough, or somewhere in the summer, then we'll worry about squaring them up and making them pretty, as it were. That'll be for the project. This one will be for the project on the front side of the house. Oh yeah, you don't want to go. Okay. Fine, be cheeky. Leave enough room to get my hammer in on this side. Oops. There we go. It's almost lemonade time. Or water time. I think I forgot to bring my water out, didn't I? Alright, you really don't want to go, do you? a bit. Come on. Sticky wood, sticky wood. Trying not to slap myself in the face too at the same time. Oh, got a little more leverage, you can actually move it now. There it goes. Whew. Carol counted the rings on this tree. It was about 81 years old, so I figured about 1943, years before the end of the war. Dad was still overseas. Dad was still overseas at the time, and this tree was started. They didn't live on the coast yet. My grandfather did. Pretty much his entire house was done by hand, his cabin. So he would have done all his roof and all his siding basically the same way I'm doing this. Probably sitting in the shadows here somewhere right now laughing at me. Still have some of his tools in the house. I didn't hear any cracking, so. Tell you what, I don't consider myself weak in any way, but there are times I look at this and go, whoo! I remember watching my dad and my grandfather, who was probably 70 at the time, and for him 70, I'm almost 70, but there's no way. It's two different animals, but watching him do this, he made it look so easy. Now it's different when you've been living this way your whole life, as opposed to somebody like me who, I'm basically a hobbyist, right? The easiest way for me to have done this would have been to go and get siding professionally cut, but honestly, I'd rather know how it was done. I got friends up in Alberta there, in Saskatchewan right now, who are doing wonderful things, building and doing stuff at something we call the Quad War site. And I tell you, I envy them every day. There's not a lot about Alberta I love, except the people I left behind and the memories. And I miss them. Even the one, you think the ones you had a difference of opinion with and saw things politically different. Well, the thing is, we respected each other for that. The work I've done out here, mundanely, for a living, I had to deal with people that it's just not the way they're wired. It's always conflict. So doing things with my hands means I can. I hear ya. Means I can take a little bit of that frustration out. leverage on this guy. Come on, physics. Yeah, just think, Granddad. You were my first physics professor. First anthropology. It's just... Boy, that really does not want to go. Well, I'll try blasting it one more time. If this doesn't go this time, it will definitely be lemonade time. Holy roly. What's the grain telling me here? It's telling me, no, I don't want to go. Nope, there it goes. And what we have there looks like, yeah, it looks like there was a knot there. Yep, you can see it. An old knot right there. So, there's still more than enough there that I can use. So, I'm going to take a lemonade. Or a beer or something. See, eventually what will happen is if anything that's got like knots or bumps on it, that I could take my little, where is he? Take my planing axe here. Right, I can just clean them up so that they'll sit flat on the side, and I'll cover that up probably, or I can anyway. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm gonna take a break, but that's using these in one of these in a nutshell, and what I'm planning to do with it. Like you could say, I mean, it's dull. Unlike my other axe, which left a pretty good nick in my arm. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. Anyway, later, gang.